I've got the Audi Q5 in primer, and thought there was just some light scuffing on the bumper, so I thought that won't need primer, that'll just sand out. And there's a little crease in it, so I'm a bit annoyed. There's like a little high spot, so obviously where it was impacted, it's pushed against there, on the back of it, it's pushed against the bumper guide, and pushed it out, so I've got to do another little repair now. Alright YouTubes, in this video it's paint preparation and spraying of an Audi Q5 wing and bumper corner. If you want to see the repair stage of this job, go and check that video out. So yeah, got it up to primer, and we're going to be doing the primer preparation and the spraying of this job. As I just said then, I've missed a little high spot in the bumper before I primed it. You know, would have liked to have primed that bumper corner as well, but I never noticed the little high spot in it till the following morning. So yeah, to do a quick repair on that. So yeah, heated it up, pushed it down a little bit, and tried to sand it out in the plastic, which most of it did sand out. Just hit it with a bit of 180 grit, and then went over it with a bit of 240 grit, and just put a light skim of, you know, your fine filler in there. I think that was some dolphin glaze that I used on there, just to transition that little high spot into that wheel arch. So onto the paint preparation. It's a normal procedure. I do everything dry, and yeah, block it all with 320 grit initially, keeping away from that feature line. Real sharp feature lines on Audis, but I always keep my feature lines sharper than what they should be. One, because you can see the straightness better, you can see the shape better when they're sharper, and as well, you know, with high build primer on there, that the thickness of that primer is going to soften it up, so I get the, you know, I get the shape of my feature lines. I shape that in the primer, so while I'm blocking that in 320, I still keep either side of it and keep that sharpness in there right until the end, because you're going to bust through the primer otherwise. So I block it all 320, keep that feature line a bit sharper still, and then all my edges I use soft pad like I'm using there, 320 grit, to get all the, you know, masking edges. You know, if on there I've done like a hard edge. If I got an edge to prime to, I normally do a hard edge because it knocks off a bit easier, and you know, doing a soft edge, you'll get a bit of primer creeping under that if you don't want, you know, your primer to go into a certain area like that bonnet shut, because I'm going to have a soft edge on there for, you know, for the paint to creep into. So once I've gone around the edges with 320 grit, I then do my edges again with 500 grit, and then I do 500 grit DA then. So them soft pads can score a little bit in primer and can show up on some metallic colours. So yeah, sort of keep those scratches to a minimum, and then yeah, get that wheel arch shape in, all with a soft pad. Do all my 500 grit with a soft pad, then do my DA in with the 500 grit and a soft pad, to get all the 320 grit scratches out. And then most metallic colours I'll go over again with 600 grit, so soft pad all my edges again with 600 grit, and then quick whip over with the DA 600 grit as well. I like to get all my paint preparation done before I prime really, but I left that bumper because it was the end of the day. I normally play it by ear really, you know, depending what time of the day it is really. So yeah, I left that bumper thinking it would just be a quick sand out and I'll be able to paint straight on top of it, but obviously I had that repair there to do. So yeah, 1000 grit soft pad into the blend area. I chose they're quite handy, these Audi bumpers. Small little blend to do just on the top. All the bottom section with the trims and everything is all sectioned off, so I can just do that corner nicely and just have one little blow in at the top. So yeah, 1000 pad into where I'm just going to be clear coating, and then grey scotch around all the edges and up into my blending zone. I do a little bit of a polished area further on from my blending zone where I make a little pocket with some tape, and then just pull that little pocket off, and then fade out into that little polished area.
Ah, you mother. Oh. Oh. Pulled it out to like clean up the water and that behind it, just squirted it all out.
So it's ready to paint. We're at the painting stage. Sorry I didn't show any masking on this. So it's all in the booth, masked up, ready to paint. Paint that's going on it is Mipa, that's my paint system. So Mipa water base and Mipa Clearcoat. Mipa CX4 I think was the Clearcoat I used on this job. So it's all degreased, water and solvent degreaser. And now just blown it all off, and now one final blow and attack before I apply the first application. So the first application on this is a coat of blender coat. Blender coat's just one coat, it's ready for use, there's no mixing with it. I just use my normal Basecoat gun, which is a Satajet X5500 HVLP with a 1.2i setup in it. I'm a massive Sata fanboy, as probably some of you know this, watch my previous videos, and I ain't got any other guns to use, so it's always going to be Sata. You just put one even coat over everything, so into your blending area. Don't go quite as far on the bumper where I'm going to be fading out Clearcoat, but just put one coat over everything. Really helps with the blending, the way the metallic sits down, fills in all those little micro scratches in your blend area, because that's quite often that's what will highlight where you've blended, where you've got a thin transition of base coat in your blend area. It will pick up your prepping scratches a little bit, which can then highlight your transition of where you've blended your base coat. So it's just one coat, you dry it right out, put it over everything. Like I say, it really does improve a job. I do sometimes even put it on stuff I'm just going to just base coat all over. Just, you know, on high metallic colours, this base coat's thin 20% with water thinner, and sometimes I can, most people wouldn't notice it, but sometimes I can see some little micro scratches, you know, when I look into the base coat, so it eliminates all that. So I put it over everything, the wheel arch and all that, and I'm doing a little blend on that wheel arch, so I'm trying to marry up my blend on the wing with the blend on the wheel arch as well. So first coat is it's like a 50% coat, it's like a half coat. It doesn't like to go on there heavy, this water base, especially on the first coat. It can pick up some anomalies, it can pick up sort of, it can like silicon a little bit. If you put the first coat on too heavy, it needs that lighter coat on there, and that needs to be dried out, and that gives you the good foundation for for your next application. Colours like this system covers really well, and colours like this you could really cover in one coat, to be honest with you. But it's a two-coat system, so you put that first half coat on, and then you can apply sort of a single coat and dry that out and apply another single coat if you need more coverage. Or I do it like this, just like a 3/4 double coat really, and get all your blending done in that same application. Like I say, it covers really well, especially colours like this. This colour was Daytona grey. It's an absolutely lovely colour. I do love Daytona grey. There's quite a few shades on my system. None of them are 100%. So I used the camera on this one to identify the best variant. I didn't correct it. I found with some of the colours, it's got quite a lot of ceralic in this colour. Quite often I've found corrected when I've corrected with the camera formulations that have quite a lot of ceramic in it. Maybe the ceramic throws the camera a little bit because it's more about shade and not effect. Quite often it takes out too much effect, so you know, I'll have a variety of some of the variants in color cards, and I sort of start with standard shade and see which way it needs to go. If there's not a color card, I use the camera to sort of point me in the right direction of what shade to use, if you know, if I haven't got a color card to check it. And yeah, normally I would just go for that, even if the reading didn't say it was that great. But so anyway, that's the base coat applied, obviously dried out, turn the booth up to 40 degrees, and put it on a bake cycle at 40 degrees and dry it out. Doesn't take too long at all. And now the orientation coat, which is 1 bar, so you drop the pressure, the base coat application is 2 bar, drop it to 1 bar for the effect coat, and drop into your blending area as well. So mixing up the clear coat now, Mipa CX4, which is their sort of premium quick dry clear coat. This footage is a little bit old, so I've got a heated cabinet now, and I never had it while I'd done this job, so it's cold. So chuck it in the microwave for a couple of seconds just to take that chill off of it, and then onto the clear coat application. So using again, Satajet CC gun. I absolutely love that gun. I absolutely love Satas, to be honest with you. Hey man, what's going on? What's that noise? What the fuck?
Hey, Mr. Humble Painter. What's going on with you, bro? I know you don't know who I am, but I know who you are, man. You know, I've been watching you, man. I've been watching you from a distance, brother, you know? And you might know me from as the TriggerTroll. I mainly watch my boy Trigger. But man, I've been watching some of your videos. Man, you know, you're a badass painter, bro. But one thing I gotta say, why you only use Satajet, man? God damn, bro. You must be one of those Sata fanboys. Oh, you use Sata, look at there. You got the Sata, I don't know, they call it the CC. You got the Sata CC, the Sata this, that, the Sata this. God damn, bro. At least my man Trigger, at least he can use a cheap gun and get a good job. All you gotta do is use Sata. Even your primer gun, Sata. God, jeez, man. You know, why don't you show the guys that you can take a Timo gun and get a good job, you know? Sata. God, man, every time I turn on your damn video, you know? You're like the only painter on YouTube. Sata. God damn. You know, I just be watching, bro, but I figure I would just, you know, just chime in and say something. You know, you can use an Amazon gun, anything. Just goddamn, Sata. Man. Anyway, bro, you know, I'm gonna keep watching. Why don't you let your son paint? You know, what's his name, Reese? Man, Reese look like, you know, he can use anything, man. You're just like an old timer. You're just like Trigger, man. You guys get old and you're stuck in your ways, bro. Yeah, boy. Anyway, oh, jeez. Hey, Alexa. What makes a painter only use one type of spray gun?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Yeah, me neither. You know, goddamn. Oh, boy. You know what, Jason? Unsubscribe.
What the who was that guy, man? Who is he? I don't know how that happened, but yeah, I need to find out who that is. Just coming in on my video, taking him. Oh, I got a fly there. See me catch that fly, that was sharp. But yeah, that guy, if anyone knows who he is, I need to find out, because I'm not having that. How dare he come on my videos slating my spray guns? They're the best guns on the market, man. What? Who do you think he is, that guy? I'm gonna have to block him. But yeah, if anyone knows who that is, yeah, let me know in the comments, man. I'm not having that. I'm not having it. Massive shout out to the Trigger man for doing that for me. I hope you found it entertaining. I've been laughing my tits off since he sent it to me, and I couldn't wait to put it in the video. So yeah, here we are. This is the end anyway. End of the video. Yeah, little bit of fade out. Take the fade out in there. This little trick with the tape I got off a guy called the Dutch Painter, I think he's called. And yeah, just making a little pocket with tape, sticking that tape down and making a pocket with it. It sort of picks up any little light bits of debris in your blending zone. You always find, you know, fade out thin as anything, so it picks up tiniest little micro blemishes, but it sort of helps with that. So yeah, puff a little bit of clear coat in right up to that little pocket of tape, pull that tape off, get my fade out straight on there. You want to get your fade out on as quick as possible before that paint, you know, that clear coat starts drying, and then yeah, just flick into your little polished area. I've always experimented with fade outs. I've never been the best at doing blends with clear coat, but this seems to be working for me. So yeah, thanks to the Dutch paint guy for that, and a massive thanks to the Trigger man for letting the TriggerTroll infiltrate my video. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon. Look after yourselves. Right then YouTube, that's the Audi Q5 all finished, and I'll give you a quick look at it, and it all come out okay. I'm pleased with it. Colours match well. It can be a little bit troublesome sometimes, this colour, Daytona Grey. I have had some issues in the past, and yeah, really happy with the repair. Got that feature line in pretty square and lines up with the bumper. Everything lines back up now. Yeah, just smart repair on the bumper, just a little tiny little blowing across there in a little area, inconspicuous area, and yeah, all went on alright. So yeah, that yeah, I wasn't sure whether to use a pulling tower on the wing at first. Probably a little bit too strong for a wing panel, but it just gives you that scope to, with your hands being free, that you can go round it, you know, with where that was crowned up quite a bit there, where it was pushed over and crowned, having that tension on there with that pulling tower. It's really handy bit of kit. I'm yeah, used it a few times now, and yeah, I'm really liking it. I just want to see how far I can go with it, really, how strong it will pull. But yeah, it's pretty strong, and yeah, probably a bit overkill for like a wing panel, but didn't have to put a lot of tension on it, and as you see in the video, it sort of pulled it straight away, and that's the beauty of it, is it leaves you free to go around it, you know. Yeah, great little bit of kit, and yeah, I'm glad I've got one, and it's going to be really handy in the future, you know, for future repairs. So good investment. I you know, highly recommend anyone that's doing this type of work. If you can afford it, it's definitely a worthwhile investment. I can't speak for other ones. I've only used the GYS one, and yeah, works really well. So yeah, all good. So yeah, that's it, all finished, and yeah, happy with the results, and hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, really appreciate it, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.